Okay, good morning. And I think we had a wonderful time. And by listening, Sweta, I think a lot of people might have get a belief that they can do it. Look, I just take around 10 to 15 minutes, going to tell you a couple of things which is very important, and sometimes we don't notice it because हम लोग कभी नजरअंदाज कर लेते हैं, बेसिकली हम लोग देखते नहीं उसी को. It started with a personal experience around sometime in the January. I developed little bit of gut health challenge and little because हम लोग करीबन 12-15 साल से we are following all the healthy habit, all these things. But I was a little surprised कि क्या हुआ. And as a process, I go through the doctor checkup and all these things, and he had diagnosing something. So in this process, मेरे को थोड़ा I just start understanding कि हुआ क्यों, basically क्या हो सकता है. Then when I going through this analysis, I realize water plays a major role. So what does it mean water plays a major role? Today I'll ask you a couple of things and I wanted to understand very clearly. And after my talk, I wanted to take the help of your coach and understand these things in more detail. Correct? It will help you a lot of things basically. Correct? हम लोग सब साफ पानी पीते हैं. Basically, we all drinking pure water. बट क्वेश्चन ये है कि क्या हमारी जो पानी पीते हैं इज इट हेल्दी. करेक्ट. आई जस्ट टच अप ऑन दैट पॉइंट. ओके, सो लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन. जस्ट अ सेकेंड. Okay, so how healthy our drinking water is basically, and I think you all can see my screen. Okay, so okay, fine, good. So how healthy our drinking water is. Okay, so let's ask a couple of questions first. Okay, all you can put in the chat. Are you drinking healthy water? You can put it in the chat basically. Just want to understand from your perspective to get the things in proper. Now, what is the healthy TDS range of drinking water? So how do you know that आपके जो पानी हम पीते हैं, जो what the drinking water we are having, what is the healthy TDS range? Correct. Now, last question basically, do you know what is your drinking water TDS? जो पानी आप पीते हो, what is its TDS water basically? So lot of people might have heard these things first time. And let me go through, make you understand a little bit what is TDS. TDS is nothing but total dissolved solid. मतलब हमारे घर में जो पानी आती है या फिर हम कोई पानी पीते हैं, करेक्ट. सो उसमें इट्स नॉट अबाउट दैट ओनली वाटर, इट हैज लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स कम्स विद द वाटर बेसिकली. जैसे कि मिनरल्स आते हैं जो विच इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द सॉल्ट इट कैन कम फ्रॉम द सॉइल, it can come from the river, whatever it is. Correct. Then metals means it could be heavy metals, it could be healthy metals also. Correct. Then electrolytes basically, which is the chargeable minerals, the minerals which when goes to your body it gets charged and takes care of a lot of body functions. Correct. Then as I told, salt. Correct. बहुत सारे salt हमारे body which is nothing but a minerals actually. Correct. And along with that we start getting lot of impurities and chemicals and bacteria. अच्छा, कहाँ से आते हैं ये चीज basically? Where all these things have come basically, correct? And for that, let's understand what is the TDS range. So आपको समझ में आएगा TDS क्या है. So TDS का मतलब ये नहीं है कि अगर मेरे पानी में TDS ज्यादा है, खराब पानी है basically, correct? There is a range defined. And from WHO as well as BIS. BIS is basically Bureau of Indian Standard. They have given a couple of range. Okay. So range is like this basically. If your water has below 300 TDS, TDS means basically correct particles per millions. Okay. That means it is an excellent water. अगर आपके पानी 300 TDS से कम है, 300 ppm से कम है. If it is up to 600, that is it is acceptable. Acceptable मतलब क्या है कि आप पानी पी सकते हो, खराब नहीं है. करेक्ट. बट इन दिस केस यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आर द सोर्स ऑफ द वाटर. मतलब पानी आ कहां से रही है बेसिकली. करेक्ट. दैट इज द एक्सेप्टेबल रेंज. Then on another is 600 to 1000. That is also TDS which is not recommended. What do you mean not recommended? मतलब लंबे समय तक आप इसको पी नहीं सकते हो. कभी कभी मिला मौका, इसमें आपको पता क्या चलेगा, जैसे कि पानी का वाटर का जो टेस्ट का चेंज हो गया है या फिर पानी में थोड़ा स्मेल आती है. करेक्ट. दिस आर द काइंड ऑफ रीजन यू कैन फाइंड दैट TDS इज डिफरेंट. करेक्ट. जब हम बाहर से पानी पीते हैं बेसिकली, And last part is avoid 100 plus 1000 plus TDS basically, which is unacceptable range. अगर आप गलती से drinking 1000 plus range of TDS water for long period of time, it can impact your gut, it can impact your kidney. Correct? So need to understand very well. That is the reason I told you in the beginning, check your TDS level in your water. But यहाँ पर एक twist है basically. Everywhere they have given कि highest or good range of TDS क्या है. But कहीं भी not a single articles which is concretized that कितनी below range से TDS को नहीं पीना चाहिए. Correct? 300 हमको पता चल गया, लेकिन कितना कम नहीं होना चाहिए. Correct? Then when you go through all these things, then I came to know couple of things actually. Before I come to know that, अंडरस्टैंडिंग ओनली टीडीएस को समझने से पहले हमको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि पानी खराब क्यों हो रहा है. व्हाई दिस वाटर इज गेटिंग कंटामिनेटेड. देयर इज मल्टीपल सोर्स ऑफ वाटर गेटिंग कंटामिनेटेड. वन इज अनप्लान्ड गार्बेज मैनेजमेंट. आपको बहुत सारे आर्टिकल्स लिखे होंगे कि people are dumping garbage like anything in the body water body basically. Correct? That develop on water impurities. Correct? Then untreated industry water. जितने भी industry basically शहर में problem है, cities you find this problem. Correct? Any industry there is lot of government regulated certification is available, but lot of industry is not following it. In this case क्या होता है कि जो पानी industry water filter out करते हैं, that water is not filtered, not carefully verified, and just going to the water. What it does actually, it comes a lot of heavy metals, lot of chemical impurities, all these things. Correct? Then उसके बाद आता है unhealthy farming practices. If you see last 10-15 years, the farming practices has been changed to improve the productivity. We use lot of chemical fertilizer, chemical pesticide. ये पानी कहाँ जाता है? ये it spread across the soil. जब बारिश होती है, these same things get dissolved with the water and goes to the ground level water. In this case, ऐसा हम नहीं बोल सकते ग्राउंड वाटर भी अच्छा है बेसिकली. करेक्ट? सो दीज आर द मेजर रीजन जहां पर आपकी पानी कंटामिनेटेड होता है. दीज आर द रीजन. इसमें क्या होता है बेसिकली, इसमें बैक्टीरिया, वायरस, पैथोजेंस, केमिकल्स, इंप्यूरिटीज, हेवी मेटल्स, ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर कम्स टू द वाटर. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई टोल्ड यू बिगिनिंग that it's not about the only TDS. Sometimes you need to understand the source of water also. Correct? Okay. Now water filtration. What do you mean water filtration? Because अगर आप देखोगे बचपन में हम लोग कभी पानी फिल्टर करके नहीं पीते थे. And by today, if you ask me, I don't think anybody is using any water without filter, at least in the A or B cities basically. But if you go to the village, in my villages still they are drinking water because that water is quite better. Okay, so water filtration. So in this process there is lot of advancement happen in water filtration. Now a couple of things we are using. आपका जितना भी water filter देखोगे market में, it majorly there is a lot of other things, but majorly these are segmented in these three parts. One is UV protected, correct? That is ultraviolet treatment. So इसमें क्या होता है basically, it kills the bacteria and viruses and pathogens, but it doesn't remove the chemicals or heavy metals. It's not able to do that. Correct? So that is one of the disadvantages of this UV. Then उसके बाद आ गया ozonized treatment basically, or filtration. What ozonized do basically? It is better than UV. It can remove everything kind of pathogens or all of the virus, but it dissolves some part of chemicals. Help in removing that. But same challenges, heavy metals and lot of chemicals are there. Correct? Now, most of the time, if you heard about last 10-15 years, or I think 10 to 12 years now, majorly people are thinking about RO water. Correct? So I'm not telling any filtration is bad or good. I wanted to make you conscious about what you are taking basically. क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज हम फिल्टर को अवॉइड तो कर नहीं सकते, but can you conscious about it? Correct? So advantage is here, it removes all the microbes or microorganisms, then chemicals, heavy metals, salt, जो खराब चीज तो निकालता है बेसिकली पानी से, बट अच्छी चीज में ही कर. व्हाट इज द अच्छी चीज बेसिकली? द गुड सॉल्ट, good minerals, which is useful for our body basically, or remove all these things. Correct? And there is a reason what happened. Your TDS water is drastically reduced. That means the minerals of the TDS water you drink, it drastically reduced. अगर आप चेक करोगे आपकी वाटर का लेवल, जो मैं जितना आर्टिकल्स I gone through it basically, if your water TDS level is below 50, which is not an ideal water, क्योंकि हमारी बॉडी में 20% minerals are coming from the water. अगर हम लंबे समय तक, if you're drinking the same low level of TDS water, can you think of it? What will happen? This is the alarming things I want to understand very much basically. Low TDS water का impact क्या है basically? Let me tell you very good thing basically. Low TDS water, need to understand very well. It is kind of a mineral hungry water. What do you mean mineral hungry? That means अगर आप खाने से जो भी मिनरल्स लेते हैं, कैल्शियम मिनरल्स बेसिकली मैग्नीशियम, ऑल दिस थिंग्स मिनरल्स वाटर, correct, all these minerals get lynched out because the water what you are drinking, it doesn't have minerals, and you're getting to lynching out. That means it's cleaning your minerals whatever you're getting from the source. That is the reason if you see today's when you go through a lot of clients, we realize their magnesium level is very low, calcium level is very low. तो हम लोग कभी भी सरप्राइज हो जाते हैं कि ऐसा क्यों होता है बेसिकली। खाना तो बच्चे कभी कभी कंप्लेन करने लगते हैं कि मेरा जॉइंट पेन हो रहा है या बैक पेन हो रही है, करेक्ट, थकान लग रहा है बेसिकली, करेक्ट, दीज आर द मेजर थिंग्स। Then what are the major challenges can have if you are drinking, keep on drinking for a long period of time, low mineral water, correct? One of this part is electrolyte imbalance. What do you mean electrolyte imbalance? Basically, हमारी body में जो fluid है, basically, correct? This fluids takes care of muscle contraction and all these things, correct? Then it takes care of hydration, correct? And this takes care of nervous function, basically, nervous system function. All these things minerals takes care of it, correct? So what do you mean by hydration? Hydration means sometimes this is basically balancing the fluid inside the cells and outside the cells, correct? कभी कभी आप याद होगा जब जब आपको कभी कभी लूज मोशन होता है and you are get dehydrated, doctor gives you basically electrolyte water. What does it do basically? This electrolyte water basically it charges the minerals and takes care of lot of body functions basically, correct? So how do you know what is the symptoms of this? Muscle cramp hona, fatigue hona, irregular heartbeat. These are the reason of low electrolyte or electrolyte imbalance. Bone health, calcium, everybody knows that calcium is one of the very powerful minerals, takes care of our bone health. Now when you low minerals water, that means your calcium is deficiency in that case, correct? Cardiovascular basically whatever the heart rate, correct? Magnesium plays most of the roles in our body, but one of these major reason of magnesium basically what you do does actually irregular blood pressure and it's steady heart palpitation basically or heart rhythm kind of things. अगर magnesium कम है, then you might have sometimes irregular heart rate हो जाता है, sometimes you unnecessarily get palpitation, all these things, correct? These are the lot of other things, but these are the major things. That means to maintain our cardiovascular health, we need a good minerals in our body, correct? देन न्यूट्रिशन एब्जॉर्प्शन बेसिकली अगर हम खाना अच्छा खाते हैं लेकिन हमारी बॉडी में मिनरल्स नहीं है और मिनरल डेफिशिएंसी है, then what it does basically, as I told, minerals takes care of lot of body functions. अगर minerals कम है, even though you are eating good food, it doesn't absorb in our body. That means gut health will not function the way it's supposed to be. Last part is pH imbalance. You know that you might have your coach might have told most of the times have a good healthy bowl of salad. You know what salad does basically? Salad will help the alkaline level in your body improve basically. Body जितनी अच्छा alkaline होगा हमारी body उतनी healthy होंगी. But low minerals water if you take it, body is more towards acidic. That means acidic body is prone to attack every kind of disease. Body will not function. That means your pH balance is imbalanced if you are keep on continuing with the low TDS water or low minerals water, correct? So why I'm saying all these things, I want everybody get a chance to talk to your coach and see how it is impacting and they can guide you properly. So now what to do basically? करेंगे क्या? हमको तो पता तो हो गया ये सब चीज, करेंगे क्या basically? There is couple of solution available. There is a lot of solution. आजकल देखोगे if you see there is a lot of good features basically. Water features are coming, which is a little bit of add your water to minerals. There is a lot of minerals drops are coming in the market, and there is. But I will tell you two solutions which can be easily you can practice and use. But however, talk to your coach before practicing anything. Correct. So one is infused water. I know that a lot of times your coach told you infused water means क्या है? पानी में basically जैसे कि पुदीना डाल दिया, आपने नींबू डाल दिया और any fruits डाल दिया basically and start drinking that kind of water. It will increase your TDS water, correct? Or TDS level of your water. One of this very good part is salt, Celtic salt. Celtic salt, there is, don't use white salt, and there is two salt which is pink as well as Celtic salt. Celtic salt is high minerals basically, but when you use Celtic salt, how to use it, all these things you need to talk to your coach, but average recommendation is It is 1/8 of a teaspoon or 1/16 of a teaspoon in 1 liter of water, basically, correct? And you need to understand if you have any particular health condition, in that to understand how much you can use or not use all these things. But I just give a generic guidelines which I have been following, correct? Celtic salt can help you to increase your mineral water. So I just give you some important information from my home, what I tested. This is my tap water ppm, which is 510. If you see, this is okay to drink. So nothing harm, correct? Because it's the groundwater and we tested all these things, but still we do purify all these things. Now, after purifying, which is RO, which is a very good RO purifier, it is 18 ppm. Can you imagine how deficient it is, basically minerals? But if you see all this article, there is a WHO, there is articles also available. They told that with the below 80 ppms, what are the kind of health condition can happen if you get a chance to go through, correct? Then this is infused water. What I tested this one, pudina and lemon. This lemon is not squeezed. I just put the lemon just like that and you use it. This only increased to 44 ppm. Okay, but if you squeeze the lemon, it increases a little bit more. And this is Celtic salt. 1 liter of water and Celtic salt. Only one bit. And Celtic salt, don't use this refined one. Always buy a rock one. It's a little costly as per the salt, but it is useful. It is 121 rpm. I'm not promoting Celtic salt, but I'm talking about the things which can help you to check your water condition, basically, correct? So that's all from my side, and back to my host.